Jeremy Lafredo, a highly regarded investigative reporter, there he is, for our friends at the Gray Zone, was detained for 4 days by the IDF, severely beaten, and his lawyers made an application before the Israeli equivalent of a federal judge, who said release him immediately, and he was released. He's required to stay in Israel until Saturday in case they develop any more evidence against him. He's been accused, like all journalists who report what they see, and the IDF doesn't like it, of collaborating with the enemy. What are your thoughts on this?
So this war in Gaza has been raging now. We're going to the 13th month. In those 13 months, Israel has killed more journalists in 13 months than all the journalists who died in World War II covering both the war in Europe and the war in the Pacific. And that was over 6 years. Think about that. This is a level of excessive brutality that is I don't want to say it's unprecedented, because we saw this from the Nazis, for example. And I'm not making an idle comparison of Israel to the Nazis. They literally are possessed of the same kind of ideological fury that permits them to believe that they are physically, genetically superior to these other people, and that those other people have no right or reason to live. They must be eliminated, whether worked to death, starved to death, or executed. And until America wakes up out of its slumber and realizes we're just the great enablers here. The other day, Lloyd Austin told Israel, hey, you better leave the UN alone. And then what did he do? Hey, turn around and sent him THAADs with some additional soldiers. Anybody that's raised kids knows that when you send those kinds of mixed messages, you're giving the kids license to become criminals.
The other side of this Jeremy Lafredo case is that he's as American as apple pie.
Yeah.
And what has the State Department done to free him?
Nothing. The Citizens Emergency Services branch in the State Department, it falls under Consular Services. They're the ones who are supposed to be out there in the lead, intervening, and to ensure that at least, if Jeremy had broken a law, if he actually committed some criminal act, that's one thing. But the United States is in a position with Israel where it needs to go, intervene and say, stop. But Judge, we saw this same thing happen to Gonzalo Lira in Ukraine. Yes. I mean, this is in a way parallel cases, in that the State Department, it has enormous leverage over both Ukraine and Israel and refuses to use it.